Welcome to the Prepping Report. In this edition of the Prepping Report, we're going to talk about prepping firearms. First, we're going to start. Both me and my wife, we run Glock 19s. To quote James Yeager, all guns should be Glocks. All Glocks should be Glock 19s. Whatever pistol that you are a master at or you have mastered, that's what I recommend. But we do run full size, both me and my wife, full size Glock 19s. I put these, my 26 and this 38, Taurus Ultralight 38 out here. Not as these are my primary prepping firearms. I do stock a lot of ammunition. Of course, this is 9mm, goes with my Glock 19. But in the event that some family or somebody comes to my house in the event of emergency and they don't have a firearm, I do have something that I can allow my family members or other friends that come over to protect themselves. So that's why I included this here. If you've got other handguns, it may not be the best defensive option, but go ahead and store some ammunition, because you never know who you might need to hand that off to that's staying at your house in emergency to help either defend your house or defend themselves. The next thing I've got is AR-15. I recommend either AR or AK. This is a Rock River Arms AR with the EOTech sight. My wife also has her own AR-15. This could be used for defensive purposes and also hunting purposes. So I highly recommend getting an AR. If you get an AR, go ahead. You want to put a light on it. Put you a light. Get you some. If you want optics, put optics on it. But the biggest thing is store as much ammunition as you can for your defensive rifles. The next firearm I got here is a shotgun, Remington 870. I use this mainly for hunting. I'm not a big shotgun fan. In just my preference in a defensive scenario, I would automatically refer back to my AR. But have a shotgun. If you get a shotgun, get something that, the rounds are common. With all these firearms, I've got 9mm and 38 here. They're very common rounds to find. 223 is a very common round. This is a 12 gauge. If you got a 16 gauge at the house, I wouldn't say that would be a very common, or 10 gauge, a very common survival or prepping firearm. You want to go ahead and get a 12 gauge or 410, or maybe even 20, but mainly 12 gauge. The next rifle I got here is a Ruger 1022. Just you can hunt small game. It can be used for defensive purposes. All these firearms can be used for defensive purposes, but a good 22 is a must-have in a prepping or survival scenario. My last rifle here is for hunting larger game. This is a Remington 700 and 308. I use this on duty as a law enforcement officer too, as my sniper rifle. But go ahead and have a large caliber firearm available for you for either defensive or hunting purposes. Thank you for watching my video. Please be sure to share and subscribe. Just always make sure when you start thinking about your survival firearms, have something that's common. Like me and my wife, we run the same weapons. So if some of my mags go bad, we've got plenty of mags for hers that we can use in mine. The same with the AR. If you're going to run an AR, have your wife run an AR. If you're going to run an AK, have your other family members run an AK. Thank you for watching. You can also join me on Facebook for daily discussions of preparedness topics. Have a good day.